Hey everyone, welcome to another $1,000 strap search. Thanks for joining me again. I've got my 1,000 here. I am still going through Vegas money. In fact, these bills here are from Treasure Island. Well, I should say these are from the north end of the strip. Treasure Island, Mirage, Palazzo, Venetian, Caesars, Encore, Wynn, and Circus Circus. Those were all casinos that contributed to this group. I know normally I start off with a hint, and this week's hint, or at least this week's helping suggestion is please check your star notes. Check your star notes. Go to that website, mycurrencycollection.com. Find out if you have rare notes because, well, you'll see a little later in this video. Let's start off with the search. I've got my 1,000 singles. I did go through them. I'll start off finding a Where's George bill. That's going to be a neat one to look up to see where it's been since it came from halfway across the country. I found a number of what I call MASH bills. If you are older than 30, you may know what a MASH bill is. MASH was a TV series talking about, that took place during not the Vietnam War, the Korean War, and they were from the 4077. That was their outpost, 4077. So anytime I see a bill that starts off with 4077, I always think of MASH, and I always pull those. And what was neat was I had gotten a string of them. I got 1, 2, 3, all of them nice and crisp. And the fourth one that I got, not only is it a MASH note, but it's a trinary. 40770474, all zeros, fours, and sevens. So that's my crisp MASH note, trinary, etc. Let's see, another trinary here. This one is 3s, 5s, and 7s. For a 2017, this bill has seen a lot already. It's pretty amazing. But now you can understand why bills only last in circulation just a couple months. This was a neat trinary, 44479444. So nice fancy number there. Quad 7s on this particular bill. Now for my stars. Found lots of stars. I found lots of stars that start off with a couple zeros. There's a lot of potential with those. This one's a 2017, starting off with 00. Definitely going to check this one out. 2013, really nice shape on this one. This one is also in real good shape. 2013, once again, starting with 2 zeros, so I've got some hopes that this could be worth something. 2013, a little bit rougher. Nicer 2013. Rough 2013. Couple creases in that one, but star note nonetheless. And this 2013's got some interesting inking on the top here. Somebody got that one dirty. Another star note here, the 2009 star note. Then we get to the older stuff. 1999. Another 99. This one's got a little bit of a tear in the bottom, but I always show you everything I find. I don't hold out on you guys. This one's a 1995, not a web note. Interesting dirt or ink on the side of that one, not a printing error. And then check this out. I have gotten another bar note. This is a 1963 Joseph W. bar note. The bar notes, this particular one I even logged in, if I remember correctly. Let me check my piece of paper here. This came from the Wynn. I found this at the Wynn in Vegas. 1963B is the bar note. Joseph W. Barr was only the Secretary of Treasury for 30 days, so they only printed 12 million of these bills. I've been on a run now. This is, I think, the second video in a row that I've gotten, or at least 2 out of the last 3. And this one, really good paper quality, really nice shape on this note. A little bit of a crease here, but considering that this note is 50 plus years old, that's pretty impressive. So I was quite proud to find another bar note. And now this is usually the portion where I pull something out of my safety deposit box, but what I chose to do instead is I pulled a bill that I found on a previous hunt. Now normally when I pull bills from my safety deposit box, they're in there for a reason. They're in there because they're worth some money. Well, you'll notice this bill, I believe when I first showed it, I called it the very first 2017 note that I got that was a star note. And whenever you get star notes, you should always check them on various sites. The one site that I like to use is called mycurrencycollection.com. It gives you the total number of print runs, and it gives you an idea of how many were done. It lets you know if you have a bill from a short run or what have you. Now this particular bill, when I checked it, it said that this bill came from a print run of only 250,000. That is nothing when it comes to paper money. They will print hundreds of millions, if not billions, of bills. Your average print run for a star note is 3.2 million. This one came from a print run of only 250,000. So this is an extremely rare star note. Now, when I first looked up on eBay back in April, one of these sold for over $300. I believe it sold for $314. And it was this exact series, the Atlanta, and it was roughly the same number, roughly 50,000 something. This one being 52,154. As you can see on the back of this one, pretty good shape. If you hold it just right, you can see there's this teeny tiny right here. There is a tear right there on that note, probably from a bill counting machine as it went through. When you hold it this way, you can see that there's a little bit of a wave to the bill, so it's not perfect. Definitely has this little teeny weeny spot there. Anyway, I decided, what the heck, let's give it a shot. I took this bill and I put it up on eBay. So let me show you what that looks like. I'll clear all this stuff out. I have the page pulled up. Let's see if I can get this on here. All right, so there is the listing. 2017 $1 star note, F00052154. Circulated. I put circulated in capital letters because it is not a mint note by any stretch of the imagination. In the description, I did list the tear. You can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different pictures of this particular bill. And when you read the description, it says that it does have that small tear. Now, when I was on eBay, I was looking at other notes, and there are other notes from this series that are selling for between $55 and $70. However, this particular bill is $52,000, and most of those were between $54,000 and $60,000. So I made sure to include that it was the lowest number listed. It is one of 250,000. Anybody interested in buying it, it's out there. And I decided I was only going to start it at $39.99, $3.50 shipping. Hey, if people were paying $300 for it in April, I'd gladly take $40 for something I've got a whole dollar invested. Anyway, that's what I've got this week. Thanks for tuning in. You may get some bonus footage tomorrow because I am off tomorrow. In the meantime, if you learned anything new this week, please hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. And please don't forget to tell your friends. Share the wealth, share the knowledge, share the hobby, help grow it. All right, guys, thank you very much. I'll see you next week.